Yeah. So, just getting this out of the way right now. This is 100% unscripted. So, if I start stumbling on my words or anything, you'll know why. Because normally when I step in front of the mic, I always have some sort of notes or like a small script on the side to follow just so I won't really, sidetrack or anything. But yeah, right now, this is 100% from the heart and all of that, so I don't want to script and mess with that. Hopefully, this doesn't get too rambly and the video ends up like over 20 minutes long or something, which I really don't want. Because I know I wouldn't want to watch something that long, especially with me just talking like this. But yeah, so the initial plan was for me to just try and knock out the editing for all of the no SDC videos this week. Preferably to like edit a video every night that I get home from work. That type of good stuff. But yeah, just a multitude of things are going on right now in my life. Mostly on the mental side, but I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. I probably won't even upload a video today or tomorrow. Who knows? That just depends on my mood. But yeah, so I found it relevant to kind of speak up on this type of thing is because I've had this YouTube channel for almost a decade. That's crazy to think about, really. But I've covered like multiple genres of games on this channel, which, by the way, please do not do that. That's a terrible idea to have them all in one spot. Just trust me, I've got personal experience with that. But anyway, yeah, I've had a multitude of different types of fandoms on this channel, and I've seen people come and go, different types of people who've watched my content. And I feel like throughout this entire time I've had this channel, I've never actually sat in front of the mic. Well, that's because recently I never really started talking up until like a couple of years ago. But I never like sat down and spoke on a personal level like this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me just get into what I really wanted to talk about. I mentioned earlier how I just didn't feel like doing any kind of editing right now. And like I said, I kind of gave you a vague estimate as to when I'd actually feel up to it. But like I said, it all depends on my mood. And look, I'm not even here to give anybody a sob story because honestly, that's not really my thing. But yeah, I kind of just, for my whole life, pretty much as far as back as I can think, I've suffered through a lot of depression. And like I said, it has not been easy. And it's always been a on and off type of thing. Like, I'd have my days where I'm actually in pretty high spirits, and then I have some days like this where I'm just like, wow, what's going on right now? You know what I mean? Now, I tend to be a pretty private and reserved type of person. So, if you were to know me in real life or anything, you could take a good look at me and you probably wouldn't even know that I was depressed or anything like that. I hide it pretty damn well, actually, because as a kid growing up, I was in a pretty tough environment, and still am to this day. But from the way I grew up, I was always taught to just basically be tough. And I was never really encouraged to, express my feelings or if anything was bothering me. I never actually had somebody to like sit down with and talk to. I mean, my parents, I love my parents to death, man. But it's just, even they couldn't really comprehend what type of mind I have. And I'm a pretty deep thinker, man. I can get lost in my head real easy. Because there's always the positives and negatives of having a broad creative mind. Because sometimes I can tend to overanalyze a situation or, for lack of a better term, expand on the severity of a problem just because I was just thinking too hard about something or, looking too deep into details and all of that stuff. So, I'm mentioning all of this because obviously I'm at one of those low points that I mentioned earlier. And certain personal things that's going on in my life right now that I'd rather not discuss right here or anywhere, to be honest. All of that's just getting me to think about my life and basically everything that's around me and the people in it and all of that stuff. I mean, I'm 26 years old, man, and in the middle of this year, I'm gonna be 27. So yeah, I'm still a young guy, but I ain't getting any younger. So that's causing a lot of stuff going on in my head right now, man. It's like a fucking party in here. And then my parents recently are like really starting to pressure me to start dating again. And I'm just, damn. Like, I get where they're coming from. Like, man, I'm nearing my 30s right now. So, I mean, it's not like I'm in a rush to have a family or anything. And like a couple years back, I had a really, really, really bad experience with a particular woman who, out of respect, I'm not going to mention her here. I mean, nothing seriously romantic went down between us, but it's just, I was at a pretty low point in my life at that point. Well, the depression was hitting really hard, and whenever me and her had our falling out, man, that was probably some of the darkest times of my life. And I really got to experience firsthand right there just how ugly some people can be, how self-centered a lot of them can be as well. And it can be pretty heartbreaking because it really just, wavers your trust in people. And like I said, I don't want to get into deep details because I don't want this to be a sob story. But yeah, with my parents, putting pressure on me to date again, it's just like, I get where you're coming from, but right now I'm just not ready for that. Especially how I'm still recovering from what I went through with that other woman that I mentioned. So yeah, with things like that going on and plenty more, all that really did was just cause me to think about everything from big to small. And you can already get a good gauge right now of the bigger things going on right now, but even the smaller things, like, for an example, this YouTube channel, which is one of the main reasons why I made this video in the first place. But yeah, when I think about how even the few people that I interact with on a regular basis on this platform, that still counts as part of my social life. So yeah, of course I'll still kind of take this a little bit seriously. In terms of keeping you informed of things and all of that, it's pretty much no secret at this point that the channel itself isn't exactly doing too hot. So yeah, even that can get a little bit depressing too. Even though it's not something that makes me lose sleep at night. Oh, trust me, there's plenty of things that does that. But yeah, so in combination with this and the bigger stuff in my life, it can just feel like it can be a toll on my mental health, just doing even the smallest things like this. Well, you can blame part of that on my fucking job, because seriously, in the beginning of January, they messed up my vacation time that I requested off, and I always do that at least 2 to 3 months in advance just to let them know so they can get a replacement and all of that. So yeah, because of my idiot manager who did absolutely nothing during that 2-month period to find my replacement, I didn't get my vacation. So there goes my opportunity to recharge and sort of get back into a mental state to do everything. They kind of ruined that for me, so I'm always going into work every day, like, just not even wanting to be there or being really tired because I just didn't get a chance to, break away from it. But thankfully, said manager actually quit the other day, so who knows, maybe I can get another shot at another vacation soon if I can put in another 2-3 month notice ahead. Because I probably really just need a vacation right now. But anyway, despite the things going on in my life right now, and despite this channel's decline and its lack of, any sort of success view-wise and any of that, I still wanted to keep you informed, because the main reason that I still do this is because, well, one, I'm having fun, and views doesn't really matter, in that equation. And two, there are still people who genuinely enjoy my videos. They watch them anytime I put them up. I know who you are. And that's enough for me to just sit here and just say thank you for all of that. Because like I said, I make my videos for me, and I make it especially for the people who enjoy them. And like I said, I don't want to, leave anyone out by making like a bunch of shout outs or anything. But at the very least, I will give like one special shout out to a particular viewer of mine that I've kept my eye on for a long time, ever since I know he's been on this channel. Well, not on the channel, but watching it. But you know what I meant. But anyway, I know the guy, he's a really loyal fan of this channel. And I couldn't be more than appreciative every time I see him leave a comment. Because, for one, it's not the normal generic comments I get on a regular basis. And two, it's very, very apparent that the guy does enjoy everything that I put up. So yeah, it's shout outs for you, Nero D'Angelo, man. You've been around ever since, I actually can't remember whenever I first saw you subscribe to the channel. But yeah, man, Nero D'Angelo, thanks for everything, man. And I really wish I did have more viewers like you, man, because you're basically what I envision what a true fan would be. And even though I don't like that term fan, because it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels so degrading. So that's why whenever I call a viewer, I just call them a friend. And like I said, man, you've been a good friend to this channel, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone else. Like I said, I don't want to, leave people out. So that's why I say I didn't want to do too many shout outs. But I can particularly say, my friends on Discord, they're always supportive too. So that's why I kind of bundle them all in on this one. Like I said, man, growing up, I didn't really have a lot of friends either. So just knowing that I have a few, that's enough for me. With all that said, though, when it comes back to my content, like I said, I have no idea. I could be feeling better tomorrow, and I can probably be pumping out another video by then. Like I said, it all depends on my mood. And, me, I don't necessarily follow a schedule in the first place, so I've always been kind of spontaneous with that type of thing. Everyone should know at this point that I finish my runs before I upload them, so it's not like I'm still working on it or anything. I just have to sit down and edit all the footage together with the on-screen graphics and the breakdown segments, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's no secret that I really don't favor dealing with the whole YouTube thing lately, especially with that video I made about a couple weeks ago, expressing the ways how people can help the channel and all that. And yeah, that gets bothersome too. That's annoying and all that. And I know I took a break after I did Mega Man Zero 2, and at the same time, I don't think I actually ever took a real break away from just producing any sort of videos. So who knows, after I finish editing all the SDC videos, I might truly just disappear for a little bit, just to take a break from the whole YouTube thing, because that can get pretty exhausting. I've been taking baby steps with that. I've been getting back into backlogs about games I haven't finished and all of that. I've been getting back into Dragon Ball FighterZ, at least wanting to play some games with some friends and all of that. Which, by the way, if you do play fighters, just let me know. You can hop into Discord and, we can arrange some sets or stuff like that. Which, by the way, it's pretty obvious at this point, but I've pretty much kept this channel strictly Mega Man related. I just never made an official announcement on that. Even though I kind of made that decision like months ago. That's why you didn't really see any more fighter stuff on the channel. But somewhere down the line, whenever I actually get back into the mood of getting into the YouTube mindset again, I'll drop a link to like my second channel that I never used, by the way. It just sits there for, I don't even know. I think I used it back in the day to upload some old Mega Man Zero soundtracks, and that just kind of died off. But I was planning on just using that as a dump for my other, gaming videos that I didn't really put too much thought behind. It's just something I wanted to do to kill some time. Which, like I said, this channel is to kill time too, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I've rambled long enough. I'm pretty sure this is nearing 20 minutes, but I'll see whenever I edit it all together. But regardless of whatever happens, just know I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I still make content for both myself and for you, and that's never gonna stop. I have fun doing this, and you guys seem to enjoy watching it too, so I'm gonna keep it up. So yeah, until then, I'll see you later.